You've been dying to see the Punch EV? Well, guess what? We can show it to you. We can't drive it just yet, but we can take a good close look. Okay, so as you can see, it is pretty clearly the Punch, but the front end is all new and it's bearing Tata's new design signature. So atop here, as you can see, it's got the continuous LED DRLs. The headlights are now down below here, and the grille area, well, there isn't a very large significant grille area. This is an EV after all. The charging port is in the front, and there's also a front, which we're going to get back to. Now at the side, things are pretty much the same as the ICE version of the Punch, but you can tell this is an electric thanks to the badging down here below, .EV, which is the Tata Electric Division's new name. Tire sizes, the 16-inch rims, ground clearance is 190 mm. And of course, yes, you have the front door handle here and the rear door handle hidden behind the door. Okay, so at the back, unlike the front, which is pretty all new, this one is very familiar, very similar, but you can tell again thanks to the badging Punch.EV. I'm going to open the hatch because I'm sure you want to take a look inside. 366-liter boot. Apologies in case you can't pick it up here with the lighting, but I do want to show you what's underneath, because under the flat floor you do have some storage for the charging cable. There is no spare tire though. Here you do have a puncture repair kit that Tata has supplied along with the car. Now that charging cable though, you can also store it in the front, which is a little more handy to reach to. Now inside, it's completely different to the regular Punch, and as you can see, pretty much everything is new to the Punch, because it's also very familiar to the new updated Nexon EV. So for example, this floating touchscreen here, 10.2-inch unit, and it's also got some features, pretty handy ones, like a 360-degree camera, which also has a 3D surround view. You've got controls for the mood lighting. You've got Alexa built in. So features like that, well, there you go. It heard me calling Alexa, but let's just cancel that. Right here, you've got another 10.2-inch screen, which has configurable displays. The steering wheel, the new Tata steering wheels, which now have the illuminated logo and this flat black gloss panel. So there's also now an electronic parking brake with auto hold. The drive selector, rotary dial here. It's got drive modes, sport and eco, ventilated seats, and if you look up here, a sunroof. Thanks to the batteries below, the seat is higher, but the seating posture is still quite natural and not a knees up position. So at the front, as you saw, the charging flap is over here. Now, in speaking of charging, the car of course takes AC charging, but it can also do DC fast charge up to about 30 kilowatts, and on a DC fast charge at 30 kilowatts, it would go from 10 to 80% in just under an hour. 56 minutes is what Tata says. As I said, the frunk, that's over here. 5 kgs is the weight limit of what it could store, but it's a pretty handy space. 14 liters is the capacity, and I think it's a nice place to store the charging cable. Now in terms of powertrains, there are two with the Punch, both front wheel drive motors, an 82 horsepower and a 122 horsepower as well. That 82 horsepower motor is coupled to a 25 kilowatt hour battery, and the more powerful version, the 122 horsepower, comes coupled to a 35 kilowatt hour motor. So that's the electric Tata Punch. Prices start from 11 lakh to 14.5 lakhs. Though a 7.2 kilowatt AC fast charger is 50,000 rupees extra, as is that sunroof. So you're looking at another lakh if you opt for those two. What do you think about the electric Punch? Let us know in the comments, and stay tuned to the Autocar India channel. Subscribe and hit that bell button, because you will be notified, because pretty soon we will be driving these two.